Wholeness and good day away. It is 7/17/2025. For those of y'all still caught on that level of experience, and this is not me being disrespectful, it's just it is what it is. Again, with me, resonance, ignorance, but you have to let your life tell your tale. Again, for those of y'all who are caught on that level of experience, Mercury is at the shop getting his micro braids. Mercury getting his hair done. And not trying to be funny again, but Mercury gonna fuck a lot of y'all up over the next 3 weeks or so. However long Mercury retrograde is nowadays. Yeah, I think it's from today, the 17th, to August 11th. And again, I keep telling y'all, you are more than your signs. You are bigger than any planet. You are bigger than this universe. All of it is a projection of yourself in separation. These are just the parameters of the trap that hold your mind together. And listen to this. These planets, this universe, these signs are just the trap. Play yourself apart. Apart as in pulled apart, and apart as in a role. As in pulled apart and apart as in a role. Something that you identify with. Something that you identify with. In any good experiment, you have to have a control. You have to have knowns, and you have to have a control so that you can produce a result, aka the experience itself. So, again, today, 7/17, is the beginning of where Mercury about to be that bitch. For those, again, that people that still keep falling prey to that stuff, communication is the big thing. Communication is the big thing. Unfortunately, if you have not realized, communication has always been a big thing. We've been dealing with craziness for a long time, but we've been dealing with a lot of craziness this year. It was like people don't know how to communicate. People can't talk to each other. People are talking nonsensical. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get more exasperated, if that's the right word. You're gonna start seeing where you thought shit was crazy. Holy shit, you ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. So 7/17/2025, it comes up with some unique combinations. Again, as a vibrationalist, you have to look at the vibrations of the numbers and not just the numbers themselves. So 17/2025 also produces a 555, which you'll hear me call trapped in movement. And it produces a 33, which I tell you is the genie. It's the story behind that one. The 33 is the genie energy, where you are caught in thoughts that are only pushing to teach you an experience. 7/17 directly in my number system says you are journeying into what you're starring in. That is, you have read a script and now you want to perform it. You're an actor. It's the Truman Show in Manifest. 7/17 shows you where you are only journeying into everything that you allow yourself to star in. So we'll do the 7, we'll do the 17, we'll do the 555, we'll do the 33, and then at that point we'll see what's going on. So the 7, the journey card, or again, my perspective, my number system, it is you without any conditions. The best way to go into a journey is to not have anything that's going to get in your way. Unfortunately, here on planet Earth, people tell themselves that you have to have something to go through. Girl, you can't get strong until you go through something. Or I'm fit for a fight and I got to go through something so that I'm better at what I do. If you think about it from a larger sense, that's telling yourself that you need to lose in order to win. I'm sorry, Fantasia. Sometimes you don't have to lose in order to win the game. Sometimes you should realize, why am I playing a game that has the potential for me to lose unless I've already entered into self-sabotage? So what's the 7? Why do we buy into things that already gives us terms and conditions and then get mad when it doesn't allow us to be, dirty word, safe? You shouldn't be safe. You should be whole. Safe is still a condition. Safe denotes that something can already put you in harm. See, mental programming. Words are spells, and precision of words is how you get through this fucking existence. So what's the 7 where you already bit into a journey that says that there has to be some conditions? What's ruling over you? the focus card, the Emperor. In tarot, when they correlate cards to signs, the Emperor is the equivalent of Aries. Aries is the mind on fire. It is, holy shit, my fire is already greatly out of control. Hi, playing that sign game, I'm an Aries. Cardinal fire, so much energy, so much rage. You understand? If I only focus on what can burn me, remember I said a few minutes ago, if you go into a journey where you've already told yourself there has to be some conditions, you've already agreed to burn yourself. So if you focus on what's already got you trapped, boxed in, if you focus on what already got you boxed in, this is the rat cage. You ever seen one of them rat boxes where they put it to where the rats crawl in, but then they can't get out? And they sit there and they watch 95 other rats in front of them get in there and can't get out. But that cheese, that prize that's inside that box, it be calling them like motherfucking Pookie from New Jack City. They just can't fight it. That's what the human mind is doing. The human mind is chasing something that it has been told that it has to achieve, that it will harm itself. Holy shit. Life imitates art. Life imitates the higher processes of the thought. We see people out here who will not get off of the bandwagon even when the bandwagon is already burnt. Why? Because they need to be right, or they have so much fear of investing in something else that they only keep on investing in their harm. So they will go on a journey into foolishness, and you can't tell them they've been fooled until there is nothing left. Nothing left. So if you keep focusing on what already got you trapped and what's already got you burning, did it burn you or are you burning yourself? Perspective. So again, the 17 is, what are you starring in? The 17 is the star card. By my vibrational reading 1-7, the 17 is you were potentially on a journey. What was the 7? You're journeying into what's going to get you trapped. The 17, like I was telling you with the rats, the potential of what I can get out of that journey means that that trap does not get enough value. You understand that? This might be disrespectful to some people, but you'll be all right. That's the same thing as going into one of the bigger cities where they have hooker streets, you know, where the hookers are on the side of the corner, and you see one and she bad as shit, and you know she probably got the all body karate and every fucking thing else, help A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, but that motherfucker fine. So your dumb ass gonna try to see if you can get some, knowing that there was already a risk. Unfortunately, people do that shit every day. And I'm not just talking in the sexual aspect. I'm saying in relationships, you get with somebody who is already toxic and harmful, but because you already established a desire and need for what you want out of them, that you forego all of the motherfucking warning labels. Hell, people do that every day. Go into most average home, and they got a pharmaceutical bottle in there somewhere to where if they wrote down all of the potential harms from taking that medicine, it wouldn't even fit on the fucking bottle. Here, take this, but you may potentially have suicidal thoughts, anal leakage, witches triple nipple, this, that, and the other. But they said they're going to help with my high blood pressure. No, put the fucking hamburger down. I'm just going to take my medicine. The one that's designed to kill you and to give you more space to keep harming yourself. Yeah. So you allow yourself to star into some shit. So here's the shit that we like to star in. We be helping ourselves. You are your own devil. 1-5, the potential of what I'm moving into. The potential of motion. This was the 17 card. The 17 card, what we like to star in, we like to star in our own shit show of trying to turn what is harmful into what's helpful, which means you are your own devil. If you go back to the reading I did on 715, I told you you're advocating for your own adversity. If what I want becomes more important than what I have or what it may potentially cost me, you're already a fool. And again, look at this country. Look at the different divisions of people beyond race, beyond skin color, beyond gender, beyond everything. Let's just look at common sense. You have people who see shit for what it realistically is becoming and already has been. And you have people who stay in fucking denial. That's exactly what that is. So you keep focused on trying to get help from that which is designed to harm you. You are no longer anything other than that rat that keeps hopping in that motherfucking cage and wondering why it can't get free. Why? Because the potential of what's in the cage now becomes greater than the reality of seeing shit for what it is. So 717, like I said, it throws you into a lot of different variations. 717, 2025 can become a 555. 555 is where I am trapped in movement. 5 is movement. 3 of any numbers in a succession is a trap. It is the same thing like if you hit the A key on an old typewriter and the A keeps on kicking out. It's faulty. It's faulty programming. Today will show you people's faulty programming. Not only is it Merc Retro, it is, holy shit, everything is already going in reverse anyway. So 555, I'm moving in reverse. Here is where this planet is moving in reverse. Uncertainty. It's a 29. 29 in my system is I'm connected to what's already got me under control. That means you're already in the trap. If you're connected to what's already got you in control and you no longer have control, but you're begging from control, which from that which already it was designed to control you, you lost. You don't have control. You're begging for control from who you gave control to, but who you gave control to, government, was only designed to control you. You fool. And the uncertainty of what comes next, because you no longer have, dirty word, control over your own destiny. You are already submitted and enslaved to whatever conditions you've already contracted yourself to. And if you can't see that, I'm sorry for you. You'll be the fuck all right. Why? Because that 555 is going to keep showing you experiences. The other vibration that you can get from 717, 2025 is a 33. In my cards, that's the king of air. That is the genie. That is the thought that only keeps on replicating. Why does the thought keep replicating? Because you've already sacrificed your control. You sacrifice your creative right to write your own story for whoever you said had the greatest story ever told. Read between the lines on that one. If you are in alignment with somebody else's story that is now greater than your own, you don't have main player content. You don't have main player energy. You just have motherfucking NPC rights. You just going along and you just hoping that your journey pans out based off of whoever else's story you think is greater. So Earth is functioning like an NPC because people don't want control over their destiny. They just want who they think has control over their destiny to be better about how they motherfucking manifesting it. So again, subservient mindset. So the 33 for what people are going through today, the experience, this bullshit path of ascension y'all lie to yourself about, mastery. You right, mastery. Mastering why? Mastering you. That's what mastery is supposed to be about, is mastering why, W-H-Y, not mastering why, mastering you. Mastering what I think I know, mastering what I think I saw, mastering what I think I can do, and mastering what I think I can't do. Mastering your limitations. Perspectives. If you're still making deals with anything other than yourself, you're still in the system of mastery. Perspective. If you are still mastering or making deals with anything else to give you, you still don't have you. Lots of us have died. In this current meat suit, lots of us have had OBEs, outer body experiences, NDEs, near-death experiences, to where you will see different things based off of what the psyche has been programmed to see. The primary 33 that is already encoded into your mind frame, remember the mind is a program. It is no different than fucking Windows 95 and Windows 98. And holy shit, you might slide Linux into the back partition. So whatever your primary programming is, in my experience, metaphysically, it don't have to be your core programming, like I'm a Christian this lifetime. It could be one of your subset programmings from another perceived lifetime where you might have been Buddhist, Taoist, atheist. It don't fucking matter. Whatever the strongest programming is, when you meet your end game, your reset point, your control alt delete, Whenever you hit your Control Alt Delete, whatever the most prevalent programming is, will be the one you face. I call that the Anubis function. So when you get to the end, you might meet your Anubis function of what you thought the end game had to be, and then you'll reset yourself based off of that end game that you thought you had to see. So at that point, you can make all kind of deals with yourself, but it's still not you. It is just the programmings and the recesses of your, what you hear me call 88s, traumatic memory points that you've now tapped into to tell yourself how to play a better game, but you're still in the same box. Perspective and experience. 33 and experience. God damn it. Stability. You, remember I just told you the 5-5 function? You're trapped in movement because I don't know what's coming next. The only way that the human mind can function is on what they can determine what comes next is based off of what they think they know. Humans don't process uncertainty. Uncertainty is I don't know what's next and I'm just going to allow it to happen so that I can finally see what there is. Humans be like, no, what it was is, and this and that and the other. So holy shit, you just included the same shit that got you fucked up as what's going to set you free. See everything I just got through saying about the OBEs and NDEs. When you get to the end of your programming, you will still, when line A equals line Z, go back to line B. You still gonna pull from the same programming that is encoded. And something I've been saying for almost a decade is just because you put Windows 8 on top of Windows 95 and Windows 98 and Windows 2000 and Windows NT, whatever's sitting on top still contains everything that was already within. Any basic programmer could tell you that. Oh, let me get to your partition and tap into there and get back into Windows 95 and find out where the virus was at. Your ego, again from my perspective, EGO, your energy that is being generated and operated. That's your ego. But what has it generated and what is it operating through? That's the computer program. So if your ego in this current meat suit that you're riding in is only ascribed to, and again, not trying to be disrespectful, if your ego is only ascribed to lower level processes such as gender, identity, race, greed, need, lack, fear, hunger, all root chakra functions, then it will focus on ego level functions that it will use as the higher parameters on how to get out of the game. It will only try to stabilize what it is connected to that it think it can control. That is the whole function of ego that most people don't understand. From my perspective and my experience, ego only wants to go through every program it can so there's nothing else it can see. That's what ego does is if I do everything, then there's nothing left to do. Higher self, another part of your self and separation, we'll call that Windows NT. Windows NT, your higher self says, no, don't do this, do it this way, but still do. Go back to that 555. Like I told you, you just want to connect to what's controlling you and you're trying to allow for better experiences by not controlling so much. But intuition is just high grade instincts. I'm going to control how you move so that you don't have so much experience, where ego says just fucking do it all. Do it all and then we'll figure it out later. It's fucking ADHD. Spiritual ADHD is ego. It's just going to keep on wanting to do, and unfortunately if we get caught in the lower programs, and if I was to do a past life reading, if whatever the bigger programming is, let's just say from the collective consciousness, like we'll just say for right now, the bigger programming is need, fear, and greed. The planet is dealing with people who have too many needs because we have people who have too much fear and we have people who have too much greed. So any subset that you're trying to program yourself through is going to be met with those externalization factors, and you can't do you while everything that you've given your energy to is doing you too. So your ego need of trying to figure out which gender is best for you, and I'm not saying that specifically for you, this is what a lot of people are going through, trying to figure out your lower end root chakra functions, lower end shit, trying to figure that out based off of even lower end but more suppressive shit, fear, need, and greed or base vibrations. You can't get out of your lower end shit if the lower end shit, the rat trap itself, is only compressing your energy. So the only thing you can do is try and learn to stabilize your vibrations by trying to control them against what you can't control, which means you are only helping it control you because it's got you trapped and it's got your focus. It's a nasty fucking spell. Self and separation is a nasty fucking spell. Hey, what am I? I don't know. Well, what can I be? Anything that you want. How am I going to be it? Just think about it. Just think about it and become it. B-E space C-U-M. Create. You become everything that you allow yourself to think, even when you can't see it. Why can't you see it? Focus. You can only focus on what gives your mind safety. Remember, if you was here at the beginning, I told you, dirty word, safety. Safety denotes that something already can put me in struggle or already has me there. The common mindset in this day and age is only designed for struggle because the only thing we pay attention to is the sources of the struggle, but not the sources of what can keep us free. So you can get 900 people in the same room and show them all the same thing, and you're going to have 901 fucking perspectives. Because even in the correlation of people who see things the same way, their core identity, their core fear is going to tell them to see it in alterations. I can see a tree out there and I can focus on one leaf, and you can look at the same tree and look at the ants on the ground. Why? Because the ants on the ground present a danger. Whereas to me, the tree just presents life. And that's not a higher or lower thing. That is just the way perspectives work. Same thing when you show people a picture. People are going to see different things in the picture because of their programming is going to get them to gravitate towards whatever is the strongest point of safety. A human in safe mode is a human in fucking containment. Go Control Alt Delete your computer and watch the first thing it tell you is your drivers are unusable. The human drivers are unusable because the human drivers are already operating out of the need for safety. Why? Because motherfuckers won't give it to themselves. Hope that helps somebody. But again, while Mercury is getting her hair done right now, she getting her micro braids put in, you motherfuckers better learn how to communicate. The best way to learn how to communicate is to figure out why you're communicating at all. Bonus card. Why am I communicating at all? Chaos. 16. Another fucking 7. Holy shit. What was yesterday? The 16th. Remember Kali Ma from yesterday? Already one step away from destruction. Remember, this came out in reverse. If Kali Ma represents the end, if the end is in reverse, is that not the beginning? The chaos starts from within me. Hey man, somebody said something to you. Okay. That's not a reflection of what I am or who I am or what I want. Game over. Not, no, they need to know. Or like that bullshit I like to, and I mixed it up the other day. That meme you see floating around here. Maybe your final phase of healing was to tell them to fuck off. Nope, then that means you still give them value. If you need to tell somebody fuck off, or if you need to show somebody who you are, you don't know who you are. And they already got you everywhere and anywhere they want you to be. If somebody is controlling you, you've already lost control of yourself. If somebody is governing you, you've already lost the ability to free yourself. You are going to try and find a way to determine chaos when chaos manifests from the lack of order within, not from the lack of order out here. Manifestation is an internal event, not a fucking external one. External manifestation is what you call manipulation. Holy shit, the cup's here, it's manifested. I'm gonna manipulate it. Holy shit, I just moved it, but I manifested it. Words are spells, and you motherfuckers need to learn how to speak. Wholeness. Mercury's about to get her hair done. Watch out. She's gonna be a bitch, and she don't know how to talk right. Y'all better figure out how to talk to her too. Or don't talk to her at all. Wholeness. Let me out of here, tickety tock. My phone won't let me out. There you go.